Yeah. So I had the idea the other day of a company called Mermaids.
Okay.
It's just a maid service, but mermaids.
But they dress up as mermaids?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Oh no, without the tail.
This is a dumb idea.
Well, no, it'd just be like a grass long skirt, and then like
Uh-huh.
a top.
So that doesn't sound like a mermaid at all.
Why?
It sounds like a hula girl.
Yeah.
So it's hula maids.
But the mermaids.
But they're... Ah!
You know, Audacity. Hi guys, welcome.
$8.75 a unit for Botox.
You know, you could use some Botox. You're showing right up here.
That's not what Botox does.
It reverses your age.
That's not how that works.
Is it from your ass?
Yes, it's from... I need to put Botox on my butt. That's what's going on here.
Where's that?
Yeah. 20% off. Coupon for Costume Castle.
Well, I guess you can dress up because we're live.
Oh.
Welcome, everyone, to Media Boat Podcast.
Freeze your fat. Freeze your fat.
Fat freezer.
Fat freezer. No surgery, no downtime.
Well,
true.
Yeah, but it just sounds
Slender
like
mean.
they're very ice cold.
Okay.
It's an ice cold service.
It's the Media Boat Podcast. My name is Matt. His name is Mike.
I'm Mike. He's Matt. You're looking at the Media Boat Podcast.
The Media Boat Podcast is your source for television, movie, and video game and music news, not necessarily in that order.
But
what?
Oh no, I was just admiring a butt in my mind.
Just think about butts.
Yeah, just think about butts.
I also like to think about butts. But I cannot lie.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
That's what you're thinking of.
No, I was thinking of that. Maybe we should tell.
We record. So yeah, today is August. No, it's not. Today's September. Good Lord.
Yes.
Did we not say the date last week?
Oh no, we did.
Okay.
However, last week was September still.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember saying September, but I guess we did.
No, I guess we did because it's the 6th.
But today is September the 13th, 2017. It is episode 89, I believe.
I believe you are right.
Yes, I believe it's episode 89, which means the big 90 is next week. Get excited for that. But in the meantime, we got a show for you here. Once you finish posting, we can roll into the big story of the week, which was, of course, your box office numbers for the weekend. So, if you recall, last week was a very, very, very disappointing Labor Day weekend.
And we called that would be disappointing Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
But we did realize that it was going to be the worst one in history.
Yeah. Well, that was last week.
Yeah.
So, this is an interesting road to this weekend, which
Matt
surprised a lot of people.
No.
Including the studios that gave the predictions.
Did not surprise me, but surprised the hell out of you.
So, long story short, of course, your big debut was your number one movie this week. It, Stephen King's classic horror story, remade for a new generation, apparently caught fire with said new generation because it made $123 million this weekend, setting a new all-time record for a horror movie.
You could say it came storming into the box office.
You could say that.
You could say that.
It devoured.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about box office here then.
That's what we're doing.
Since we're doing that.
So yeah, it seems crazy. I lowballed it last week.
Oh, I tried to tell you not to lowball it.
And you were right, but I didn't
even
know exactly how high
lowballed it when I said 60. Even I lowballed that.
Neither of us would have guessed 123 though.
No.
When we saw the predictions over the weekend being up at 117 territory, I knew something was up. And so here it is. Your number one movie.
Yes, it was a perfect storm of nothing been released for the past 2 weeks, a well-reviewed horror movie, and a known property.
Yeah, so people like that thing. It's definitely caught fire. So expect that to be your number one next weekend too, but we'll get to that later. Your number 2 through 5, what are they?
So it was number one with $123 million.
Yep.
$35 million budget.
So yeah.
Made
back 20 and then some.
Not only that, but The Mummy.
Yeah.
Can now suck it.
Because it already beat The Mummy.
Yes, and and even The Mummy, which was supposed to start off the Dark Universe for Universal, which was a big budget movie.
Yeah.
Got beat up by the tiny budget, or the mid-size, I guess.
Yeah, not, actually 35 these days is pretty small.
Yeah, I guess
for that kind of movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, needless to say, it's succeeding.
Yep. Number 2 was Home Again. The Reese Witherspoon bangs the kid.
More accurately, ends up living with 3 younger men. Yes.
There we go.
That's what that movie is. Also debuted this week. Number 2.
Yep, $8.5 million on a $12 million budget. So look for that thing to make a profit.
Yeah, not bad. Yep.
And then number 3 was The Hitman's Bodyguard with $4.8 million.
Hanging in there another week.
Yep. Then we have Annabelle Creation at number 4 with $4 million.
Still making money.
That thing will hit $100 million as it currently has 96.
And it's $280 worldwide.
Yep. And number 5 was Wind River with $3 million, making that a $24 million total.
I'm sure actually the studio's probably pretty happy with Wind River. That's doing all right for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, I mean, consider it's an $11 million budget.
Yeah,
that thing's
great.
That thing got profit now.
That's good.
Yep.
So yeah, looking forward to next week. What do we got?
This upcoming week we have All I See Is You.
Okay.
I don't remember what that one is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
Then we have American Assassin.
Okay.
Which is a double standard.
No, not really.
Yeah, you're right.
Keep going.
That is Pop Flied. Yeah. No, that is a Dylan O'Brien vehicle with Michael Keaton, I think, starring in there as an ex-CIA training operative assassin.
Oh, okay.
Who changed Dylan O'Brien to take down Christian Hirsch?
Sure.
The dude from Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
And, or you might know him as Gambit. From X-Men Origins.
Got it.
Yes. And then lastly is your horror movie. Wait, we already had a horror movie. Another one. This one is called Mother. This is by Darren Aronofsky.
Let's be fair. This is not really a horror movie.
Are we sure?
This is a Darren Aronofsky-ass thriller thing. Drama thriller. Think Black Swan. Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence is in this. Not that kind of thriller. Javier Bardem is in this. Yeah, it sounds like from early reviews, it sounded
Jennifer
like
Lawrence.
It's a Darren Darren Aronofsky movie. So if you like his stuff, I don't know. Do you like Aronofsky stuff?
I like some of his stuff.
Yeah, seems like pretty divisive.
Yeah, I mean, he can tell a good story, but he can also get way up in himself.
Yeah, that's kind of my opinion too. I've not seen Black Swan. I hear it is good, but I don't know.
It's good. It's very psychological in terms of being good.
This seems to be that
then again,
as well.
This is also the same guy who did Noah.
Right. Yes, that was his last one.
Was that his last one?
That was his last movie.
Wow, that's been a while.
It takes a while. But yeah, he's currently dating Jennifer Lawrence too. They're a thing.
Right, they were a thing because of this movie.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. I don't think that's your number one though. I think it will carry over.
Yeah,
on the strength
it's going to be $70 million.
Yeah, just on the strength of its momentum here, I'm sure it'll keep going.
Yeah, none of these movies are going to hit 60.
No, even Jennifer
50.
Lawrence can't get there.
Right,
not in one weekend.
Oh, by the way, we saw Passengers. Speaking of Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. Still bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. What do we have?
Well, I saw it.
Did you see it?
I saw it.
Did you like it?
Well, I don't know
how
I feel about it. I know people like it, but I'm just not all about it.
You're not about it?
No, it's not my thing.
Okay, that's fair. It's not my thing either, which is why I haven't seen it.
Right, but that being said, I don't like horror movies.
Sure.
I think they can be very campy and very out there. That being said, when you have a good source material, it's hard to fuck it up.
Apparently, right?
Yeah. So it is really good, actually.
Okay.
In terms of a directing standpoint, in terms of a casting standpoint, give that person a casting Oscar nom.
Seemed like
because it is well done on choosing your actors there. A bunch of unknowns. but really well done. Good picks there. I mean, it does.
It does what you think
it does. Exactly what you think it does, especially if you've seen the 1980 movie.
And also the trailers seem to be pretty evocative of what you're expecting.
Yeah.
It's creepy clown and kids in danger.
Yeah, and also metaphor for fear and getting over your fear and growing up.
Sure.
That's thrown in there, but then it goes like straight into Stephen King batshit crazy stuff.
Because that's its goal.
Yeah. But other than that, it's a really well done movie. Definitely check it out. I mean, I could see it top 10. It's really well done, really well directed, really well acted.
Yeah.
I could see it being a top 10 movie.
Okay. For a lot of people this year.
For a lot of people, yeah.
It's definitely, it'll scratch an itch for people who need that itch scratched. Seems like it.
Yeah. Especially when, as there were, other horror movie trailers before this thing.
Yeah.
It just showed how campy and how stupid they were compared to this.
In comparison.
Yes, in comparison. But, yeah. Really good movie. Definitely check it out. And speaking of that, we're going to go right into our first story.
Why not?
Which is, of course, It. Not only did I see it, not only am I giving it good reviews or giving it good thoughts. We don't do reviews here.
We didn't finish your review or your whatever.
My thoughts.
Your thoughts with our new patented thing. So is it a see it? Is it a stream it? Or is it a pass?
Oh, it's a see it.
Okay, it's a see it. So buy a ticket and see this movie.
Yeah,
unless, of course, you don't like horror movies, then maybe just wait.
Yeah, but even if you're like me and you don't like horror movies because of the campiness of it,
maybe
still give it a shot. You'll be surprised.
Okay, cool. Now, yes, your story.
Yeah, now story. It would be, of course, It smashing all the records.
Yeah, as we mentioned, 123 makes it the highest horror movie opening weekend of all time.
Not only that, but with its opening Thursday night of 13.5 million, it makes it the highest R-rated opening, the highest horror opening, and the highest for September as well.
Note, though, all-time total weekend, though, is still number 2 to Deadpool.
Right.
Deadpool is still the number 1 R-rated movie.
Right.
Money-wise.
But it also was the third largest opening of the year, behind Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Beauty and the Beast. Meaning that it beat out Wonder Woman, all the other sequels that came out this summer. And yeah, it's just shot right to the top. It also grossed 51 million on Friday, making it the biggest day ever for an R-rated film.
Well, good.
Yeah. So, congratulations to It, and congratulations to all the money you can now roll in it. Yep. Because of this, they have announced that there will be a sequel. Because at the end of this, they say it is Chapter 1.
Right.
That's not a spoiler. Because this thing made a lot of money, do expect a sequel out of it.
Yeah, Stephen King made a pretty funny joke on Twitter when this was all going around.
Yes.
Everybody freaking out about a possible sequel. He was like, hey, just saying, if you want to see what happens next in the world of It, there is a book. I thought that was cute.
Yeah. Well, see, what I thought they'd do is that they just, let it ride on its own. Then shelve it for 27 years, and then bring it back.
Wait, just keep doing that over and over again?
Yeah.
Every generation?
Yeah. I mean, it's a great idea.
In theory.
In theory. But yeah.
So, it's like, that makes sense to do a sequel to that thing.
Yep.
And with the budget like that, they'll be able to churn it out real easy.
Oh, yeah.
Next
is the actual big news that happened this weekend.
Yeah, so last week we talked about how Star Wars Episode 9 had lost its director, Colin Trevorrow.
Well, they didn't lose him. They know where he is.
You know what I mean.
Yes.
They left the project.
They parted ways.
Director-size hole in the production. But fear not, as we predicted last week, a familiar name has taken the helm.
As I correctly predicted, exactly how this would go.
Yeah.
So, when this news broke, Star Wars executives started talking about, okay, who do we got to replace them?
Yep.
They immediately went to Rian Johnson saying, hey, do you want to direct episode 9? He said no because he was exhausted from directing episode 8, which is understandable.
Yeah,
it is a huge task to undertake. I mean, even after the first one, J.J. Abrams said that he wouldn't do another Star Wars because it was such a monumental feature.
It's
that
an undertaking.
He really hasn't directed anything since. He's done a lot of producing.
Yep.
With his Bad Robot Company, but he hasn't been behind the camera because it is so draining.
But guess what?
Oh, yeah, that leads me to the next story.
He's directing it. So welcome J.J. Abrams back to the Star Wars franchise.
Return of the J.J.
J.J.'s back.
Back
for
again.
Another Star Wars movie.
Back.
He will direct and co-write Episode 9.
Yes. He will co-write with what I think is the understated thing that happened.
Yes, this is the underreported part of the story.
Yes, is that he will instead write with...
what's his name?
God, I did not put it down here.
Uh-oh.
Wow, that is a big slip up for me.
Yeah. It's that guy.
Yeah, so it's... I know I have it on the website.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's that guy who also wrote Justice League, Batman v Superman,
Argo.
Yeah,
he's kind of a pinch hitter, looks like usually for Warner Brothers.
Yes.
Who's branching out for this one. But yeah, JJ will take co-writing credit as well as directing credit. I think that's probably a good idea. I mean, people like The Force Awakens. Definitely the direction was not a problem in that movie. Like, if there were problems, it was definitely not in how it was directed.
Right, it was definitely in a story.
Yeah, like just minor story issues.
But given this, that Rian Johnson has already put down a sort of treatment for Episode 9.
So yeah, we kind of have an idea about what to expect. And yeah, it kind of leaves the door even more open for what the hell Episode 8's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, we still only have a vague idea of what Rian Johnson's Star Wars is going to look like.
Chris Terrio.
That's his name.
That's his name. Yeah.
Of course he's a Chris. It's hard to remember
Chris.
But yeah, so that's... I mean, I'm okay with this.
Yes.
I would have rather had like a more kind of adventurous choice for director here.
Like Jon Favreau?
Sure.
Although we saw what he did with a space adventure.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later.
But yeah, I mean, it's a safe choice. It's probably fine. As a legacy thing, though, it'll be interesting because that will make J.J. Abrams second only to George Lucas himself for directing Star Wars movies.
Right.
Which is insane. But hey, here we are.
Who knows? They could actually still drop out and
it's possible.
Then be on a hunt for another director.
Possible, but unlikely.
Yes.
I'm sure JJ's contract here probably involved, hey, you're going to do this because we can't search anymore. We're not going to do this again. So yeah, they really aren't probably going to do this again for a very long time.
Yes.
Because that will likely be the end of Star Wars as we know it.
The end of the Skywalker trilogy, or trilogy? Because there's 3 trilogies.
There's a word for it, but I don't remember what.
Not nonology?
Let's just call it a saga.
Sega.
Yes, let's just call it Sega.
Okay.
Sega!
Yep.
Okay, next story.
Just to wrap that up. Because of this, Episode 9 has now been pushed back to December 20th, 2019.
Which we totally called.
Oh yeah, we knew this thing wasn't going to hit a May release date, especially because Disney would not put it up against the second Avengers movie.
Right. It clears the way for Avengers.
Yes, and Disney, with this recent trilogy, has been making bank in toys with a December release.
Yeah, it just makes more sense.
So it makes total sense.
I'm sure they only
not shocked.
put it in May to basically give them the option.
Well, they put it in May to please fans because releases have always been in May.
Yeah, but no.
But no. This just gives them an excuse saying, hey, we need time. But I bet they were going to do it anyways.
Yeah, they're probably going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Moving on. What else?
Okay, yeah, so moving on.
Our weekly Netflix update. In the movie section this week?
Yes.
This is weird.
Oh, this is big news.
Okay.
So, Netflix has picked up an Ed Harris, Jason Sudeikis film called Kodachrome for $4 billion.
$4 billion?
Million.
Oh, $4 million.
Yes.
Okay. It's more reason.
Yes. The film is set during the final days of the still photo development system known as Kodachrome.
Sure.
When it ended abruptly and Kodak got out of that game, if you didn't get the rolls of film developed, those captured moments were gone forever.
Got it.
That ticking clock is the backdrop for a father-son bonding trip as they try to reach the Kansas Photo Lab before it closes its doors for good. This is actually an award winner at the Toronto International Film Festival, and that's why it's being brought up. Because there's a big bidding war behind it.
I'm just imagining right now how good, like, I'm just visualizing in my head how good of a match that is. Ed Harris totally could be Jason Sudeikis' dad.
Ed Harris is such a hard ass. Jason Sudeikis is such a, I don't want to say wimp, but...
Just an ass?
Yeah, that's in general.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a good...
That's
a good match.
Yeah, it's a good pairing.
That's a good one.
Yes, Netflix is actually poised to enter this film into the Oscar race later this year.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they've already made such a mention that if eligible, they would like to see this be up for nominations. So,
well,
it's good. I mean, it's much in the same vein as that film Kansas. And it came out 2 or 3 years ago. With Ed Dern or Phil Dern or whatever.
Kansas?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Nebraska?
Nebraska. Safe state.
2 different ones, actually.
Safe state.
I actually, yes, I enjoyed Nebraska. I saw Nebraska on a plane.
As you flew over it.
Actually, you're not too far off. Flying from Nebraska, we watched the movie Nebraska. Yes, so I've seen Nebraska.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'll just put the live chat.
Then.
No, I'll just get the live chat up here for us.
Okay.
Just in case.
Just in case. You never know.
We never know. We never know who's tuning in.
Anyways.
Doctors. Yeah. Anyways, I don't think I put him up here. No, I didn't put him up here.
Okay.
But we need to talk about one Matt Damon, so we're just going to use this. That is now Matt Damon.
Okay, that trailer is Matt Damon.
Yes. That trailer represents Matt Damon.
What's going on with Matt Damon?
He has 2 new trailers out for 2 different movies coming out later this year. All right. So the first one is called Downsizing. He co-stars with Kristen Wiig, and it's a comedy about shrinking people in order to save the world population.
Sure. Because
with less food and less space, you can do more.
Okay.
Or essentially, that's the thinking behind it, and sort of like this, this out there thinking like, if we shrink people to save space,
I guess we eat less.
Then we eat less and we consume less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We take up less room.
Yep.
There's more room for everybody.
Right.
I mean, but what?
In theory, it would work, but what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's one of those yeah, but what?
Yeah.
Huh? Sure. Okay.
So that's happening.
All right. So super tiny Matt Damon.
Yep. Super tiny Matt Damon.
I'm on board.
Yep. The other movie is a Coen Brothers film.
Okay.
Directed by George Clooney.
Okay.
Called Suburbicon.
Okay.
This is the backdrop for Matt Damon, who's a single dad trying to survive suburban life with his son. Although, not all things are as they seem.
Okay.
That's the basic plot tagline they gave
since
for
Coen
it.
Brothers were writing it, anything could happen with that premise. So who knows?
Yep. But hey, George Clooney directing and Matt Damon starring.
That's cool.
Yep, they're still good friends, I think.
Yeah, probably.
We'll count it. Moving on to our final piece of bits of news.
The bits. What we got in the bits?
So, we have Daniel Radcliffe being rad, jumping off a cliff in the new trailer Jungle, which is about him surviving the Amazon jungle.
Sure.
We also have the first trailer for Benedict Cumberbatch in The Current War.
Penguin Dick Bumbersnatch.
Yep. Bubbling cucumber.
Cucumber.
No, cucumber.
Bubbly cucumber.
Yep. Yep. The Current War about Nikola Tesla and Westinghouse and Edison.
That one.
Yep. That trailer's out. Looks pretty good. Also looks like it could go right by everyone. Also, Warner Brothers has pulled posters for their upcoming worldwide disaster called Geostorm. With only the posters that had the tagline "Brave the Storm."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's not great timing.
Nope. But hey, I mean, at least they're aware of it and it's getting pulled.
Yep, that's good.
Yep. So we may also see Geostorm be moved.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Out of the way.
Yeah. Probably push back to a January release.
Yeah, put it out in the boonies in January, yeah.
Yeah. Where people want like a big blockbuster movie without paying...
Blockbuster prices.
Yeah. Without paying summer prices or something.
Yeah.
Yep. And lastly, Junkie XL is set to score the upcoming Tomb Raider movie starring Alicia Vikander.
Oh, right, yes.
Yep.
Alicia Vikander, Tomb Raider.
Yep.
Still happening. Still a thing.
The first still image of that movie is out and looks good. Looks like they're taking from the rebooted Lara Croft Origins.
Yeah, good.
What was the one that they did?
Like the newest one?
Yeah, the newest one.
Well, the last game was Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Right, that's what they're inspiring from.
Yeah. Yeah, that's smart because that's a new generation's Tomb Raider at this point.
Doctor is chiming in. The new Matt Damon Shrinking People movie sounds like a weird cross between Ant-Man and that shortly mentioned straight-to-video movie in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
When phones take over the world.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it's been long enough I could totally watch Forgetting Sarah Marshall again.
I could, but I just forget about it again.
The movie's alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Television.
Moving on to TV.
What do we got in the TV world today? The world of TVs.
Oh, wait, I should probably put up a story.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Yep.
Sports. It's the Sports Corner.
Yep. We start with sports briefly. NFL Week 1 happened.
Yep.
Fantasy teams sucked. David Johnson is out. So all you people who had number 1 picks, just like me, good luck with the rest of your season.
And just your weekly reminder that the Patriots are 0-1.
Yes.
Sorry, Kristen.
Yes. And for that matter, the Rams are 1-0 and have a better record than the Patriots.
Yeah.
For that matter, I think every other quarterback in this league has at least one more touchdown pass than Tom Brady.
Yep.
That's because he had 0.
Yep. So let's revel in this now because we're not going to have it next week.
Oh, no. I'm expecting a lot of Gronk spiking to happen next week.
Uh-huh.
I expect them to abandon the run game, just pass constantly.
Who they got next week?
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
Mister, I gave up on my fantasy team after week 1.
My team scored 43 points out of a potential 100.
Hey, I'm just
saying. That
saying.
is less than half.
Hey,
but if you want to hear me complain more about my fantasy team, tune into the Sanchez.
So we're doing our continuing streaming series on twitch.tv/MediaBoat. Every Tuesday night now, we change the dates to get out of the way of actual football. We are doing the Sanchez, which is we're playing through Madden 18's franchise mode with Mark Sanchez. So tune in. We're about 7 o'clock-ish on Tuesday nights Pacific time, and that's PM, of course, on Twitch. What does the doctor say? The doctor says that the Pats played the Saints. Come on, Mike. Also, Tom Brady still did better than Andrew Luck last week. That's accurate, though. That is true. Yeah, but, I mean, both scored the same amount of touchdowns, so what can you say about that? Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, in other sports, and baseball. The real reason I have sports up here is because baseball is happening and records are being broken. Yeah, baseball's heating up right now. So the actual big story around baseball is the Cleveland Indians. Yes. They have currently set the MLB all-time record with 21 straight wins in the new era. Now this is like post like 1960s, 70s when they merged the AL and the NL to make just one MLB. Yeah. So this puts them past the Moneyball team featuring the Oakland A's of 2002, which had 20 consecutive wins. The Cleveland Indians have 21, and their schedule looks poised to put up another 7 consecutive. You know, what that guy on ESPN says, like, hey, usually when you make 20 wins, they make a movie about you. Yeah. Yep. They're currently within 5 wins of catching the all-time record leader, the 1916 New York Baseball Giants, who won 26 straight games without a loss. Cool.
I say without a loss because it does include one game of Nick Jonas in concert September 16th.
Did that distract you?
Yeah, it was just a strikeout.
It was.
I mean, no, they tied one game. So they count it as a tie.
Sure.
But it's still not a loss.
It's not a loss.
So they say it without a loss.
Yeah.
Right. But this is a winning streak.
Right. So yeah, all power to them. I'd like to see that record broken. That would be cool. Also, it seems like they got the heat on them.
Yeah, it seems like
year.
everyone's got it out for them. But their upcoming schedule looks, I don't want to say easy because these are professional players, but
Yeah.
they're going into
So
Detroit.
it looks doable.
It looks doable, yes. Because they're going into Detroit for the next 4 games.
Yeah.
And the last time they played them, they outscored them 20-0.
Wow.
So it's very
Very
in all
likely.
likely possible that we could see this record broken by next week, I want to say. Sometime next week.
Cool. Well, we might have a story to report on next week.
Yes. But we have actual TV news.
Okay, outside of sports, what's going on?
Yes. We have the Creative Emmys.
Yes, there were Emmys given out
Yes.
this weekend.
Yes, the Creative Arts Emmys were this past Sunday, and big winners were SNL, Stranger Things, and Westworld, each winning 5 Emmys.
Yeah.
The best commercial went to CallingJohnMalkovich.com,
Okay.
which is a Squarespace commercial.
Yeah, I like that one. That was pretty good.
Yes. And Stranger Things won its main title design and main title score.
Yeah.
Because people really like that title sequence.
Apparently.
It's good. I mean, I would give it to them. It's really good. It definitely sets the tone for that series. I wouldn't give it all the Emmys necessarily.
No.
I mean, see, I say that, but I feel like people will still give that thing Emmys.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Other than that,
Bob's Burgers won for Best Animated Program. Its second Emmy in that category.
Yep. There are a couple other independent winners. Dave Chappelle won for hosting SNL. Melissa McCarthy won for her role as Sean Spicer on SNL. That Scientology documentary won.
Right.
Yeah. These are the creative arts. This stuff behind the scenes. The below the line people, you could say.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. They will actually do a broadcast of this on FXX on September 16th. So if you want to catch that. Otherwise, the actual Emmys are next Sunday? 2 Sundays from now? Matt?
That sounds right, yes.
The actual Emmys are coming up. The ones you actually care about. The ones that your office pool is going to be berating you about of wondering you're in or not. Alright, and with that, let's move on to Matt's phone.
Sorry. I got a phone call from a very mysterious number, and it didn't pop up any Google results, which worries me.
Ooh. So, let's talk about cord cutting real quick. Because, yes.
Get a really sharp pair of scissors.
And a new baby out of it.
Wait.
Not that cord?
Oh. No. Yeah. Okay, so what's going on with cutting the old cable?
Yep, so new studies have been recently published about cord cutting and cord cutters and people just absolutely abstaining from the cord.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so in 2017, a total of 22 million adults will have cut the cord on cable, satellite, or telco TV services. This is in the U.S. only, mind you. This is actually up 33% from 16.7 million last year in 2016.
Huh, okay.
Meanwhile, cord nevers, like us, never had the cord.
Never.
Maybe? Never.
Never.
Always. Cord nevers will rise 5.8% this year to 34.5 million.
Wow.
Overall, 196 million U.S. adults have traditional pay TV, which is actually down from 2.4% last year.
Okay.
Which means, so according to the study, they charted out future results as well. And they say that by 2021, it's expected to drop to 180 million or 30% of all American adults won't have traditional pay TV at that point. So 1 in 3 people won't have a cable or satellite provider.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, the options are just so plentiful now.
Right, and just having access to internet and just plugging it in makes everything very accessible.
Like, it still blows my mind just watching this, our television right now. It just blows my mind even thinking about that this is the quality we get from internet.
Yeah.
Like, if someone told me 10 years ago that I'd be watching a completely streamed cable provider via the internet exclusively, I would have been like, oh yeah, and is it like super pixely? Does it drop out every 3 seconds? Like, how bad is it? Like, how reliable is it? It's like, we don't even ask that question with PlayStation.
Right, because back then, YouTube was literally just in its first year.
Right. It's just insane to me, like, how fast this is caught up to digital cable and half the time it took for digital cable to happen.
Right, well, that's because digital cable, or the cable companies, took forever to adopt to a digital model.
I mean, and you have it continuing now where it's like Netflix is getting on the 4K content train, and cable and the networks are not even close to even having talks about it.
Right.
Which goes to show you how, like, ahead of the game, like, these streaming networks are at this point. So, I think these numbers are telling. I think this is a sea change. In 10 years, we're going to talk about how even ridiculous it was that we even knew people who had cable. Like, I know people that have cable.
Yes, the doctor has cable.
Yeah.
Just so she can watch Project Runway.
Right, that's the one thing I miss out on, is I can't watch the season of Project Runway. Last year, I had money to spare, so I spent $20 on the digital version to watch it on the Xbox. This year, I'm not so lucky. But yes, I cannot watch it. But really, the things I cannot watch are few and far between compared to the things that I can watch consistently. So.
Right, and I know that there are also like people, or more realistically, sports teams who are contracted specifically with certain cable companies, like Time Warner Cable, or Spectrum for the Dodgers. So you have to have Spectrum in order to watch the Dodgers. They won't do streaming
because that's the only way these cable providers can stay alive these days.
Right, and make exclusive deals
with exclusive deals to specific audiences. Because otherwise, because as those numbers just proved, they're losing the main.
Clearly, as we're proving right now, we're watching the Angels.
Right. Yeah, it's because we have a special network on this thing that lets us have access to this.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's just these numbers are going to get smaller and smaller.
It's Kristen's commercial.
But yeah, so moving on.
Yeah, moving on, real briefly here, to Black Mirror.
That's a show.
Yes, it's a TV show. It's also been a while since we had new episodes, because last time... It's been almost a year.
It's been a minute.
Been almost a year. So, in a recent interview with Charlie Brooker, creator of Black Mirror, he said, expect Season 4 to debut sometime this year.
Okay.
Most people took that to be December, seeing as the slate for September is already out, and the slate for October is already being finalized, and it's not ready yet.
So holidays.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's a smart time to release that thing. People are home.
Yep, people are home. People can binge.
Exactly.
Yep. But
be creeped out.
Yep. But they did release the 6 episodes, which include the 6 titles for the next episodes.
Okay.
Which are Crocodile, Archangel, Hang the DJ, USS Callister, Metalhead, and Black Museum. Now, in the interview with Empire, I think it was Empire.
Yeah.
They had a set photo of what looked like a Star Trek-esque crew, which everyone assumes is the USS Callister.
Okay.
And they figured that is where that episode will take place, in like a Star Trek-esque universe, spaceship, exploratory vessel.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
For their thing.
But yeah, other than that, we know nothing else about it.
Everything else is a mystery.
Yep, and we're going to keep it that way because I love Black Mirror, and
you'd rather be surprised.
I'd rather be surprised. Yes.
Exactly. Cool.
Yep.
Next.
Yep, and that brings us to the last bit.
What's the bit?
Oh, the bits is actually just our thoughts onto things.
Oh, well, that's not the bits at all.
Well, I could put a brain up there.
Lies.
Or could I?
Yeah, maybe we could put a brain up there for thoughts.
just a head in a jar.
So yeah, well, you have thoughts about a couple things.
Yeah.
You watched some television this week.
So first up is The Keepers.
So
this is a Netflix original docu-series.
Sure.
Basically combined How to Make a Murderer and Spotlight. Mash those two together, you got The Keepers. It's about a Catholic high school in Baltimore where sexual allegations were made against the preachers and girls in the school, and it can get very dark and depressing. And definitely don't binge watch it like I did.
It's super slow too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a drag.
It is. I mean, it gets through a lot of information, but it gets through all the information.
Yeah, but I feel like they could have done the same thing within like 4 episodes.
Oh yeah.
And just trimmed the fat.
Oh yeah, they definitely could have. But they also wanted to show look how long we actually worked on this thing.
Look how much work we put into this.
Yeah.
Sure. So yeah, it seemed like you at least enjoyed the stuff that mattered about it.
Yes.
Just the information about what happened and what they found out in the interviews with the people. Seemed like some of that stuff was interesting. But yeah, the pacing just was off.
Yeah, this is one of the things where I had it on, but I was also doing other stuff.
Yeah.
To where
background
noise. I could pick up on the key facts that they wanted me to pick up on, without having to actually sit and pay attention.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean,
but yeah. So if you like that kind of thing, kind of like a serial documentary kind of thing, that's one of those.
Also, if you want more Spotlight-esque material, that's your fix.
Yeah, I guess. But the thing about Spotlight is that it also has characters that you care about and stuff.
Yes.
This is based on real it is actual real people who are involved, so it's less that. It's not Hollywoodized.
I know that's why you have Spectrum, just so Ty can watch the Dodgers.
There you go.
Yep. And the other piece about the bits is we're going to bring it back to Jon Favreau.
Yeah, okay. Let's briefly talk about this.
So, The Orville premiered this past Sunday.
If you're not sure what that is the Seth MacFarlane starring and written by, I guess, at least the first episode, at least the pilot, Star Trek equivalent. It's basically Seth MacFarlane is his own Star Trek captain in his own Star Trek ship with his own Star Trek crew doing Star Trek-like things. That is 100% what that is.
Co-starring Adriana Palicki from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, and man...
that is a pilot-esque pilot if I've ever seen one.
Oh man, that was bad. So, okay, little backstory. So yeah, when we saw the ads for this, it seemed like it was going to be a comedy. Yes. All the ads purported to be like, oh, look at this funny thing coming from Seth MacFarlane. Our initial look at it was like, oh, is this going to be Galaxy Quest but a TV show? That sounds great. What a good idea. Oh wait, no. Then the reviews started pouring in, and I started reading all this stuff about oh no, they play it straight for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's the weird thing about this show is it has no idea what it wants to be.
Not only that, but it does everything so straightforward that there's no layers to this thing.
So when you say comedy, you think a comic premise, right? This is not that. This is basically is Seth MacFarlane making Star Trek, but tossing in every maybe 6 or 7 minutes a Seth MacFarlane joke. Yeah. And you know what I mean when I say a Seth MacFarlane joke, because his style has been ingrained into everybody who has watched an episode of Family Guy, seen the movie Ted. Everybody knows his style of delivery, and it's those jokes. So you know what you're getting into.
If it's not a fart joke and it's not a dick joke, it's a joke explained to you.
Yeah,
at some point.
It's explained. It's a joke that should just be one gag that goes on for a minute because he feels the need to explain exactly what it meant to prolong it.
Right. Not only that, but just the dialogue and interaction between characters could have done so much better.
It's so much exposition. In
yes.
They had to fill an hour-long show. I presume this is going to be, like Star Trek, an hour-long series. It's going to be hour-long episodes. Because that's how Star Trek is.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if every episode of this thing is an hour. But man, do they have to fill it in with nothing. All this exposition, stuff that we would just naturally learn from the characters over time, is wasted in a 5-minute scene at the beginning of this thing.
Yes.
Where they literally walk you through what each person's personality is.
Yes. It was so cringeworthy that they were literally just standing there and explaining, hi, I'm this character. These are my flaws. I'll probably have trouble with this.
Right.
I'll be useful in this situation.
Let's telegraph this relationship right away.
Yes.
So here's another thing: you could have easily played a drinking game with that episode. For every time that Seth MacFarlane's character made a joke about his stupid divorce with the stupid lady, and like, we get it.
Which is funny because it opens with a cheating scene, and then immediately jumps to 1 year with him still getting over that same scene, which we could have not had that scene and still understood it.
Yeah, they just wanted the gag where the alien
was blue everywhere.
Blew everything because haha, get it? Aliens have sex weird.
Yes.
Anyways. So that show's probably not going to be any good, guys.
The reason
with caution.
The reason we bring up Jon Favreau on all this is because
he directed the pilot, and it doesn't look like him at all. And it's weird. Just there's one really standout scene, at least standout that I remembered it most. In that same 5-minute exposition scene where they're walking through all the characters, there's a robot character, and when they're introducing the robot character, for some reason, Jon Favreau decided to make the direction, hey, let's do a spin. Let's move the camera or pan the camera around this robot while he's talking. None of the other characters had this happen. The rest of the episode did this ever happen again. I guess he was just so bored with the dialogue in that scene that he was like, well, we have to put something here. It was just astonishingly questionable. Like, I don't know what the thought process was with any of the direction. The animation, the CG animation looks terrible. It looks like something that jumped out of a Eiffel 65 video from 1999. Like, seriously, like I was imagining the Eiffel 65 aliens in their ships.
Yes. Watch Backstreet Boys Larger Than Life. Then you'll understand what we mean.
And Scream, Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm referring to here. Anyways, man.
That was not a good pilot for that. Maybe we'll give it one more episode, but
maybe you will.
I'll give it one more episode. But if this thing still tries to spoon feed me everything, I will not be happy about it.
So that's the Orville for you.
Yep.
Moving on.
Okay, moving on.
Oh yeah. Also, I'm about 5 episodes into BoJack Horseman season 4. I will probably have my thoughts next week, as I have not finished it yet. I just need to find time this weekend at some point to finish that up, and I will definitely have thoughts. I'll probably put up something on the site too, so stay tuned for that.
And if you like us and you want to see a good comedy,
I always do.
Broad City
premieres tonight, season 4.
Yep, Comedy Central. We'll be watching that right after this podcast.
Well, if Hulu has it up.
If Hulu's got it,
we're reliant on Hulu here, so there's no guarantees.
Are they going to do episodic, or will they do like just a full season thing?
They do episodic, I think.
Okay.
We'll find out, won't we? Okay. What do we got in? Of course, cancellations and renewals.
All right, cancellations. We have Real Time with Bill Maher. Plus 2 seasons.
How long has that been running? 20?
It's going to be running through 2020.
No, but like, how long has it been running?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I feel like 20 years.
Mm-hmm. At least. So that will be running through 2020.
Okay.
We also have Ratchet.
Okay.
This gets a 2-season order from Netflix. It is the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest prequel from Ryan Murphy.
Ah, okay.
And will most likely star Sarah Paulson.
Sure, because Sarah Paulson and Ryan Murphy, they're a thing.
Yep. This will debut in 2019. Okay. Hey, Derek Fisher's up. His slam dunk.
Let me clarify. They're not a thing. Like, they're not dating.
Yeah, yes, they're not.
He is very gay, but
gay for Sarah.
Yeah, I guess for casting.
Yes. We also have Blood Drive canceled 1 season sci-fi.
Yeah.
Veep will finally be canceled.
Well, it had a good run. A lot of Emmys.
At the end of next year's 7th season.
Okay, so they're giving it one more.
Yep. Z, The Beginning of Everything, which was on Amazon, and we originally reported got a 2nd season.
Uh-huh.
Not happening anymore. They're just canceling it.
Okay.
Only gets the 1 season, and it's canceled. Yep.
Oh, okay.
We also have Class, which is the Doctor Who spinoff,
Right.
canceled after one season on
Wow.
BBC America.
That didn't last.
What else didn't last?
Okay, what?
The Last Tycoon.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Canceled one season on Amazon.
While we're talking about things that won't last, I'm going to use this as my platform, just like I did with Son of Zorn, also on Fox. The Orville will last for one season tops.
I give it 10 episodes.
I know, we talked about this, but then again, they're hour-long episodes, so it probably will be a season order of 10.
Yeah.
We don't know, actually. They probably already said how many they ordered, but I don't know. But yeah, don't expect more than a season of that thing.
Yeah, we also have I'm Dying up here. Gets a second season on Showtime.
Right.
We have Vikings. Gets a sixth season ahead of its season 5 debut on History Channel.
Well, there you go.
People of Earth gets a third season. Wrecked gets a third season. And Guest Book gets a second season. All three of those are TBS
Right,
shows.
yeah, People of Earth, glad to see Nassim Pedrad getting some more work.
And lastly, last week tonight, we'll get an additional
Sweet.
3 seasons.
Nice. Well earned. They've been
That's
killing it.
3 seasons, 30 episodes each, making it run until 2020.
Cool. Good. And they'll have plenty of material, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Spoiler alert. Tom Brady's mediocrity won't last. The NFL should prepare itself.
Well, gauntlet has been thrown.
So, also canceled then is the Patriots season. The Patriots perfect season, I should say.
Well, yeah, but hey, they could win everyone from here on out for all we know.
As the doctor has pointed out at multiple times,
Yeah.
every time they lose their home opener, they've gone on to win the Super Bowl. Or more accurately, every Super Bowl that they've won, if they've lost their home opener.
Uh-huh. Got it.
Or something
Okay.
along those lines.
That's scary.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yep. Now, in terms of deaths,
Okay.
I didn't really quite do a whole lot of research, but I did
That's
find
all
2.
right.
We have Frank Vincent, age 78, Italian mob character, actor. He
Okay.
was, you can see him in Goodfellas and The Sopranos. He was always the Italian-looking, white-haired guy.
That guy.
Yep. We also have Sir Peter Hall, age 86, director of Amadeus,
Okay.
and founder of the Royal Shakespeare Company.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Or, well, I mean, not cool that he's dead, but that's a cool thing that he founded it.
Dr. Charles says, let's be real. The cult season is the season that has been canceled.
Oh, yeah, she's not wrong.
Shots fired.
She's not wrong.
Shots fired.
It's a bad start. Moving on.
Oh, why are you out there?
We need video games.
Yeah, we're going to video games. Moving on.
It's Blizzard.
Ooh, Blizzard.
It's a blizzard in here.
Yes. So, Blizzard is actually doing its part in all of these natural disaster reliefs
Okay.
by premiering its charity pet early this year.
Okay.
So, ahead of its BlizzCon 2017, Blizzard has announced the charity pet. The events of, according to the press release, the events of Hurricane Harvey and Irma flooding in South Asia and countless other crises have shown the need for immediate action. Therefore, if you have a World of Warcraft account, you can buy a Shadow Fox pet, which is now available until the end of the year
Okay.
for $10.
And
100% of
Yeah.
the proceeds of the fee, not proceeds of the fee. So all $10 of that will go to the Red Cross,
good.
the American Red Cross Disaster Relief, and the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Society's Disaster Relief Fund.
Good.
The donation will be split equally between both organizations, so that means you get $5 going to the American Fund and $5 going to the International Fund.
Cool.
This is a shadow pet. They do this every year as a part of their one, release it for BlizzCon for new players to get, and 2, it's their way of giving back in charitable donations. 100% of these assets, profits, not profits, gross money orders, fees. All $10 of your money will be sent to a good cause.
Good. Good. I'm glad they're doing that.
Yep.
It's always been a good thing.
Yep. Moving on. 2.
Those naughty dogs
You naughty dog.
Naughty dog.
Yeah, so this happened today.
Yes, did.
Yes. As Bruce Straley, who has been with Naughty Dog for the past 18 years, is leaving the company. He joined back in 1999 as a texture artist on Crash Team Racing, and from there went on to be the game director for Uncharted 2, The Last of Us, and last year's big hit, Uncharted 4.
So yeah, needless to say, this guy has left a mark on...
a paw print, you could say?
A paw print, you could say, exactly. On some of the biggest games the studio's ever made. Most specifically, his work on The Last of Us, because he was definitely part of the creative vision, him and Neil Druckmann there. So yeah, him leaving the company is bittersweet, because we'll have to just wait and see what difference this makes for Last of Us Part 2, which is still in the works, and whatever future the Uncharted series will have without him. So we'll see.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, there's not really much we know about
why
he left or what he's going to do next.
Right.
I'm sure just after 18 years in the same studio, you probably want to see other things. You know, want to do other deals. Maybe he just thought it was time.
Oh, no, I'm not saying what to do. I'm saying home run.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Justin Upton hit a home run.
Justin Upton.
Yep. Uptown hit.
Moving on
to Ubisoft.
No, Ubisoft. No, it's Ubisoft.
So, Ubisoft and Vivaldi Games have been in quite... Vivendi.
Vivaldi is the composer guy.
That's what I'm thinking.
Vivendi is the French company that's been trying to buy Ubisoft.
Yeah. So, Vivendi is the company that's been trying to buy Ubisoft.
Yes.
And they are now further succeeding their goal. As the family... The Guillemot family.
What?
Guillemot.
Oh, Guillemot. Like as in Eve.
Yes.
Yves Guillemot.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that family has bought 2 million shares.
Wow.
Or roughly 1.75% of the company.
Good.
To counter Vivendi's looming takeover.
Great.
As of now, the family owns 20% of the company, with Vivendi still owning 25% and still vying for a takeover. But at least this puts them closer to that not happening.
Yeah, because they really don't want that to happen. Because
yes.
They're afraid that big corporate overlord will remove their ability to do creative passion projects, which half the company has been doing. Like, a lot of people give Ubisoft crap for, they're just the studio that makes Assassin's Creed and the Tom Clancy games. But no, there's a whole other side of Ubisoft, which of course is the Rayman games. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that are funding the insanity that is Beyond Good and Evil 2. They're the ones that did Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle this year, which apparently is a really good game.
Right, they're also the parent company behind other small ones like Obsidian, who's doing the South Park games.
Right, so yeah, Ubisoft is doing really good things in development and publishing. It'd be sad to see a big, giant corporate overlord kind of take over and reorganize the company to whatever their whim is. Right,
think of this as when EA took over Activision.
Right, well, no. That never happened.
Oh, does it?
They're two separate companies.
I thought it was what did EA take over?
EA bought... you're probably thinking of BioWare.
Maybe, yeah.
When EA bought BioWare, everybody was pissed.
Was it Activision that bought Neversoft?
Activision... Neversoft's always been owned by Activision.
Oh, okay.
Neversoft's been in the Activision stable forever.
But yeah, BioWare is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, BioWare is probably what you're thinking of.
Yep.
That's one of the bad examples of this. So yeah, it can go bad, as we've seen the history of game development. That's for sure.
Yep.
But so far so good. I'm glad the Guillemots are in it to win it. They probably could have used that money on Beyond Good and Evil 2, though.
Yeah, but without the company behind them, there would be no Beyond Good and Evil.
That's fair. Moving on.
So, surprise, surprise today. We should have known this was coming.
That's okay. I knew, but I forgot what day.
Yep. Nintendo Direct happened today, like several hours ago.
Yeah, we can just do the quick hits.
Yeah, I have actually written down here.
All right, good.
I've written down here. This just happened, and Matt has everything we need to know about this game we can play on our non-existent Switch.
Okay.
So take it away.
So yeah, just quick hits. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw some brief synopsis of it. They showed off a bunch of games. Basically, this Direct was supposed to be games that are coming in the next 3 months. So basically, not December surprises yet, but stuff for September, October, etc. So the big things were they showed a bunch of footage of Xenoblade 2, so people have an idea of more of what that is. They showed new footage, brand new gameplay, bunch of gameplay footage of Super Mario Odyssey, and it looks freaking amazing. More footage of Mario throwing his hat at things and becoming deals. A little bit of customization where you can actually buy like clothing for Mario and like tags for your ship, which is a giant hat. They revealed that the hat character also is trying to save the damsel in distress, more specifically the hat's sister Tiara.
Okay.
I'm not making this up. Yeah, that game looks insane. It looks great. They were showing like a little bit of the menus where like there could be like 50 plus moons on any given level, and it's pretty much like a straight up checklist you can scroll through to look at all the moons that you need.
And the best part about all this is,
I don't know, all of it.
Oh, I was going to say.
Oh, there's a bundle that was announced. It will hit on October 27th. It will include it will be a Nintendo Switch with the game, a digital download code for the game, that is, a special Switch carrying case, and two of the Joy-Cons will be red, Mario Red. So.
Oh, that's not what I was referring to.
What were you gonna say?
I was referring to the internet's obsession with.
Oh yes, Mario has nipples. Everybody.
Yes.
Mario is seen in the gameplay footage with his shirt off.
I'll give you a taste of what that looks like.
Mario has this. Don't, please.
No.
No, not So yeah, they showed a little bit of that. They showed a bit of Square Enix's Project Octopath Traveler, which is their RPG. They showed it off at E3. It's the one that kind of looks like 3D pixel art.
Yeah.
It's a neat looking thing. So that's coming out. They went in kind of in depth about how that system works. It's like they showed off the new Switch Kirby game, which has a name which I've already forgotten. Star or something.
Star World.
It looks like it's going to involve some special versions of already known characters. Like one of the screenshots showed a super bulked up King Dedede. Stuff like that. So it's
DTD.
But yeah, they talked a little bit more about the Zelda Breath of the Wild Guardians DLC, which will have special unlocks for the special Guardians amiibos that you'll be able to pick up. Trying to think of anything else. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon will have 2 new Pokemon guaranteed in the form of 2 new whatever they call them.
Ultra Beasts.
Ultra Beasts. So we've had that confirmed. It also seems like there will be an expanded Pokedex, so expect even more surprises. Other than that, that's pretty much the big stuff. But yeah, so Nintendo has some stuff. Oh yeah, that's not even the new game that was announced this time was Mario Party 100, the best 100 or something like that, which is a 3DS compilation of the best mini games over the course of the 10 Mario Party games. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, assuming you like the Mario Party games.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I know some people who don't.
Some people don't. This is true. But yeah, so that might be alright. So check it out if you have a 3DS and you like Mario Party.
Yep.
Okay.
And that brings us to the digitized version of
video game bits. How many? 64?
Only 4.
Oh, 4 bits.
So we have Okami HD coming.
Yes.
Gets that HD re-release in December 12th.
Okay.
Later this year.
Okami's a good game. If you've never played it, pick it up.
Yes.
It's like Zelda, but with a wolf.
Yep. And but to use that touchpad for the drawings.
Yes.
Would be great. That'd be great if they did that.
Except it's not on the Switch, is it?
No,
it's on PS4.
It's on PS4.
We do not have that.
What do you mean? We have a touchpad?
I mean, yeah, you could do that on the PS4, but it would be like a tiny, tiny little thing.
Yeah. LA Noire will get a remaster coming for all consoles.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
I saw that announced and I was like, that's a weird game to port, but sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, Star Wars Battlefront
2.
No, 1.
Oh.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Uh-huh.
The season pass.
Yeah.
It's currently free on both consoles, so download it now.
I guess.
I've already downloaded it. I already bought it.
Okay.
So
Are you ever going to play it?
I don't know. I mean, now that I have the season pass, I might.
Maybe. Okay.
But yeah. But yeah, that's free. Also, PlayStation has a bunch of free stuff now.
Sale!
Yeah, there's a sale going on. You can get if you downloaded the first episode with your PS Plus account, you can now download all episodes of Life is Strange.
The original.
Yes.
Specify.
Yes, not the new one, Brave the Storm or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Before the Storm.
But no, yes, if you haven't played the original Life is Strange through, give it a try.
Yep. That and then the new PS Plus games are out, and so the Xbox Gold games.
Cool. I'm going to check out Oxenfree on the Xbox. I want to download and play some of that.
All right, yep. And with that, let's move on to the Billboard.
Billboards! Guess what? We have actually crazy things, shakeups happening on the Billboard charts these weeks.
Did someone shake it up?
Someone
shake it up?
Shook it off, actually, is the joke you were trying to make.
No. I don't shake it up.
The number one song in the country is for the second week in a row, Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift.
Look what you made me do.
Your number two, if this scroll, there we go. Your number two song is Bodak Yellow, Money Moves by Cardi B. Number three, Despacito, Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee featuring Justin Bieber. Number four, debuting in number 4 this week, Taylor Swift with Ready For It.
I'm not ready for it.
Sorry, ... Ready for it?
Is that a question?
Yes.
That's actually a question. ...
Ready for it?
Yeah.
Number 5, 1-800-273-8255. Don't call that. That's the name of the song. Logic, featuring Alessia Cara and Khalid.
Yeah, that's that suicide hotline number.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good to know. 200, your albums chart this week. Debuting at number 1 with their first number 1 record.
What?
Their first number 1 record.
What?
LCD Sound System with American Dream. LCD never had a number 1. But they made it number 1. You can thank streaming services for that.
Does this mean Linkin Park's better than them?
I mean, in charts, yes.
Yes.
LCD Sound System literally has a song that was on their 2010 album called something about if you wanted a hit, where the chorus is, "You wanted a hit, we don't really make hits," which makes this super ironic.
Yeah.
Anyways, number 2, "Love Is Rage 2" by Lil Uzi Vert. Number 3, 17 by XXXTentacion. Number 4, Damn by Kendrick Lamar. And number 5, American Teen by Khalid.
All right, that brings us to our new releases.
It does. What's in store for this week?
We have Angus and Julia Stone with Snow.
Okay.
Arcane Roots, Melancholia Hymns.
Okay.
Ariel Pink with Dedicated to Bobby Jameson.
Yep.
We have Deer Tick with Deer Tick Volumes 1 and 2. Those are 2 separate CDs.
Got it.
We have Foo Fighters comes out of nowhere with a new album, Concrete and Gold.
Yeah.
I will be listening to that. Apparently, their new song.
Apparently, it's all right.
Yeah. They released a new song, and Justin Timberlake's on it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had teased some collabs, so that's kind of exciting news. I'll probably check that out too, because I just found out today at work I can totally listen to music at work.
Nice.
In fact, my supervisor walked up to me and she was like, you can bring music. I'm like, okay.
That's when you went, you have no idea what you've done.
I know. It's like, I'm just thinking, this is the best day of my life. So yeah, I'm going to be actually doing music and podcast catch-up at work now again, which will be good for me.
We have Gary Newman with Savage.
Yep.
Gucci Mane has a new album out called Mr. Davis.
Sure.
We have 100 Waters with Communicating.
That's a lot of water.
Kieran Leonard with Devron Saron.
Okay.
Lee Ronaldo with Electric Trim.
Lee Ronaldo, formerly of Sonic Youth.
Mm-hmm. We have Open Mike Eagle with Brick Body Kid Still Daydream.
Sure.
We have the Beatle himself.
Who said they didn't?
We have the Beatle himself, Ringo Starr.
Yeah.
With Give More Love.
You see, Ringo, I don't know if you have this in your news.
No, it's not.
But yeah, Ringo Starr apparently said in an interview that if he had voted, he would have voted for the Brexit. It's like, sure, Ringo.
Come on.
You just jump back to your pile of money. Anyways.
We have a Seaway with Vacation.
Okay.
Sun Little with New Magic.
Mm-hmm.
The Lone Below, Walk into a Storm.
That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, poorly timed album
timing,
release.
right?
We also have Wyclef Jean with Carnival 3, The Rise and Fall of a Refugee.
Okay.
And lastly, we have Yusuf with The Laughing Apple.
Yusuf, formerly Yusuf Islam, formerly Cat Stevens.
All right.
That's the track back. Anyways.
Longest win streak. All right, and that brings us to our music and music news here.
Music news.
Boom.
What do we got?
That right there is our resident festival.
A resident festival?
Yeah, our resident photo of festivals.
Yep.
Because
Festival.
Stagecoach lineup has been announced today.
All right, who we got? Who's your headliners?
I mean, who am I going to see? All right, first up, we have Florida Georgia Line.
Ugh. Gross.
Jake Owen and Kelsey Ballerini.
Okay.
Yeah. We also have Cody Jinks, Chris Jansen, and Chris Lane. And then other artists, but that's night one.
Okay.
Night two, we have Keith Urban,
Sure.
Casey Musgraves,
Oh.
and Brothers Osborne.
Damn. You're going to see Casey?
Let me see Casey.
Damn it. Lucky.
Yep. Yeah, you can come too if you want.
Hell to the nah.
You just gotta follow your era.
For one person?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to a music festival for one person.
Well, what about for Dwight Yoakam?
No.
Jason
That
Isbell,
Bakersfield sound.
Jason Isbell and the 100 Unity.
I don't know what that is.
What about Granger Smith?
Nope.
All right,
I don't know what that is either.
I think those are bands.
I'd say.
And then closing out Sunday night is the big name himself, Garth Brooks.
Chris Gaines. Oh, Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks will be closing out with Lee Bryce and Trisha Yearwood.
Sure.
Also included in the lineup is Brett Young.
Well, Garth and Trisha are still a couple, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
They were at one point. They were at one point, right? I'm not making that up.
I don't know. Doctor.
Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood are married, right?
All right. We also have Brett Young,
Okay.
Kenny Rogers,
All right.
and Kane Brown. And then a bunch of other people.
But does Kenny Rogers know when to hold him? Know when to fold him?
No, I'm just going to wait till he plays Lady and then leave.
Sure.
Well, that's my
So-
parents' song.
It seems like it's an okay bunch of artists. It seems like the heavy hitters were really last year.
Yeah.
This is kind of like the remains. I mean, obviously people will be jazzed to see Garth Brooks. You know, he's still in the middle of his comeback here.
The answer is yes, there are a couple.
Yeah, I could have sworn. But yeah, it seems like the headliners are good picks, but it seems like the little names are not as strong as they were.
And yes, you got to know when to hold them.
Always, you do.
Yes.
But Casey Musgraves, that's exciting. I will be jealous of that.
Okay, I'll send you pics
Yeah.
of me just like looking at her.
Remember, I don't have Snapchat anymore, so you'll have to send them other means.
That's right. Get Snapchat again.
No!
Yes.
Anyways. Okay, cool.
It's better than last year, FYI.
Oh, well, I guess I stand corrected.
Or
Sit corrected.
there you go.
Moving on.
It's better than last year, and that's what the doctor says. So I'm taking doctor's orders on that.
Sure, fair enough. Spotify.
Yep.
What's going on with Spotify? Besides turning back on my connect to Facebook button out of nowhere,
Yes.
I had to disconnect it today. Anyways.
So the doctor says last year the headliners were weak and the support was strong.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of switched.
It's the reverse, yeah.
Yep. But doctor loves the lineup.
Sure.
I'm sure she'll make me a playlist, and then I will too fall in love with said lineup.
I can make you a playlist too. It's just both Casey Musgraves albums. And that Christmas album she put out just for extra holiday cheer.
Sure.
That's all you need.
Yep. Doctor loves the lineup.
Cool.
Yep. Okay. So Spotify, if you are in school and are a student, thank you for listening to our podcast.
And also,
you can get Spotify and Hulu at an extremely discounted price. By that, I mean for $5.
nice.
So Spotify is teaming up with Hulu to make a subscription plan for students more available. You can get both Spotify Premium and a subscription to Hulu for $4.99 a month. This includes the commercial-free music from Spotify and the limited commercial plan from Hulu. Both plans usually cost $9.99 and $7.99 respectively, which means you're getting both of them at a discount combined.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. You would need to have an official student email, basically a .edu email,
right,
in order to access this deal. Sucks for us, but hey, if you've got a .edu email that you still use, this could still apply to you.
I wonder how they verify that, because we technically have .edu emails.
Oh, no, they shut mine down. They shut yours down too, yeah.
I don't know. It could still
I could try to log in, because they use Google.
Yeah.
So I could try to log in through it. But, yeah.
Well,
I know that my student portal is closed.
Yeah.
But my email may still be accessed via Google.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That email, it just has that .edu.
Yeah.
We'll see. Moving
on. So, speaking of that long phone number song you were talking about.
Yeah.
The AKA Suicide Hotline. There's a suicide concert this past weekend.
Let me rephrase that.
Alright, there's a suicide prevention concert.
There we go.
This past weekend.
Yeah, because the band Suicide has not been recording music for a long time.
Right. So on September 10th, there's a 2-hour special titled I'm Listening, which aired across all Entercom radio stations and featured PSAs, promos, and live conversations from several bands, including Metallica, Chris Novoselic,
Novelisk from Nirvana.
I knew you did correct me on that one. It says, I have put it down here, yes. Matt will know.
Matt will know.
Yes. I have William Duvall of Alice in Chains.
Okay.
David Draymond of Disturbed, and Justin Fernsfield of Blue October. They were all on hand to do live acoustic versions, take your calls, and basically spread the word of suicide prevention and suicide hotline.
Cool. Good.
Yep. So that happened. It's good. It's good that it happened. And please don't commit suicide.
That's sure. Getting to the point right there. Just don't. Just don't.
Just don't do it. Just don't. I mean, yeah. Just don't do it. It's literally nothing you can brag about.
Literally. Moving on.
So I don't have like a good judge per se.
Okay.
Figure, but we have the court case to talk about.
Oh boy, legal.
Yeah.
Legal issues, our favorite topic on the Media Pope podcast.
Yep.
Might as well just call us the Legal Boat podcast.
No, that's we are spit-off.
Oh God, no. It's not happening.
So, this involves a federal judge that has ruled that the first and most famous verse of the Civil Rights era anthem, We Shall Overcome, belongs in public domain.
Sure.
The plaintiffs, which includes the late Pete Seeger, had actually asked the judge to negate the half-century-old copyright by 4 songwriters over the song, saying that they still owned it and that it was not in public domain.
I see.
Yep. The origins of the song, however, were difficult to pin down, as Seeger once said that he heard it from a food and tobacco worker back in 1947.
God.
However, back then, they referred to it as We Will Overcome. But he changed it to We Shall Overcome.
Right.
The judge determined that the one-word difference was not enough to excuse the entire melody and entire reasoning behind it.
Yeah. So
they awarded it, or at least the first verse, the most famous verse, to public domain. So, Matt, we shall overcome.
Yes.
Where
are you going with this?
Shall. Oh no, that's it. That's the end of the story.
Oh, you just want to do it because
they're public domain now.
Prove a point.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, this is just another one of those things where it's like, man, public domain is a thing that's really going away, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like Disney had their way with it over the years, and
they're still having their way with it.
Nothing is public domain at this point because there will always, as long as people want to make money from the thing that they're attached to, they will keep trying to get those checks coming in.
This explains the Fantastic Four movies we've been having.
That really does, doesn't it?
Yep.
And why they frickin' say mutant 16 times in those ads for that Fox show.
Yes, because they're the only ones who can say mutant, and
Mutant.
Marvel has to
mutants,
say
right?
Inhumans.
Oh, they're mutants.
Or they're Inhumans, or we're enhanced humans. We're not mutants.
Right. Mutants.
It's funny. It's great. It's legal stuff like that I laugh at and admire.
Yeah. I guess that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, that's like another thing.
I don't have anything. I wish I could have said that I listened to something this weekend, but I didn't. Well, I mean, I listened to that new Always album, but of course I did. But
Always.
That wasn't the big release. I was earlier. I was 2 or 3 songs into that new The National album, but I didn't get far enough to actually give my thoughts. It seems pretty good so far. So I might return back to that. Yeah, next week we'll have thoughts about that Foo Fighters record. I'm sure we'll both listen to it.
Yeah, we will.
So yeah, that's it for music, I guess.
Yep, and then that's it for us.
So that will wrap it up.
If you want to find us and find out more about us and what we do, we got all this stuff you could catch us up on.
So let's go down the list here. Facebook. You can find us facebook.com just search Media Boat Podcast.
You can check out Matt's Muscles too.
Twitter. Look, take it to the gun show here. Twitter, you can find us at MediaBoatCast. YouTube, we're here every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific, streaming our podcast live. You can also see an archive of our old shows, so like and subscribe. We won't say random racial epithets either, so that gives us the advantage here on YouTube.
Oh, that's where we're going to plug that here?
That's where I'm going to put that story.
That's where we're going to put
it. As a one-off joke. And then, of course, we have our website, which is MediaBoatPodcast.com.
So just this whole thing, just add .com at the end.
MediaBoatPodcast.com. Easy to remember. Type that in your browser to find our daily news stories, special features, including box office numbers every Tuesday.
You will see my full thoughts on it coming up shortly.
And new releases every Friday, so keep an eye on for that. Also, a new release calendar where you can see at a glance everything that's coming out in the coming week. Also, find us streaming video games on twitch.tv/MediaBoat. You can find our new series, our ongoing series, The Sanchise, as we plugged earlier, every Tuesday night at 7-ish, maybe 6, maybe 7, depending on the day. We will tweet ahead of it, so that way you know when we're online. Watch us fail miserably as Mark Sanchez. Also, you can find, if you want us to make more content just like this and make better content just for you, and if you want exclusive access to things that we don't even know what we're going to do yet, go to patreon.com/MediaBoat, where you can find our Patreon, where you can donate as little as $1 a month. That's such a small amount of money. You probably pay more than that doing laundry every month. Think about it that way. To help us out with some money, and we'll use it for good reasons. That's for sure. You can trust our word. So yeah, that will do it. We will be back next week for another episode. You can also find the audio versions of our podcast, by the way, iTunes. Also, thank you, Podbean, for hosting us.
I thank you for taking our money to host us.
Yes, you always mention that. It's they're still doing a thing for us. We just have
we're paying them to do a thing for us.
I'm not going to thank GoDaddy for hosting our URL.
Well, no, we thank Annika Patrick for sponsoring with GoDaddy.
And I'm not going to thank Squarespace for being.
No, we thank John Malkovich for his sponsorship with Squarespace.
This is true. All right, so see you guys next week for another episode of the Media Boat Podcast, episode 90 next week. To tune in, then bye.
All right, bye.
It's the YouTube after show.
So it's the YouTube after show.
Which kind of is because we've been
doing live
all the time.
Yep.
So that'll do it.
Yep. So yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Make sure to tune in live so you can chat with us live and ask us questions live and talk with us live. We will respond live right back to you.
Live.
Yes, on the live.
On live.
On the live.
On live.
On live.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.